Hola, amigo.
Oh, man.
Oh, man.
Chinga.
Jinga. You know what the fuck it is.
Lo and behold, it sound like Big Ren the Legendary.
You're correct, amigo.
My guy, how are your feelings?
Man, I'm good, man. I'm good now.
Yeah.
Got paid.
Yes. Things typically go better after that, yes.
Man. He was telling me come back in 10 minutes, and I'll wait. He said, what do you got to do? I said, I got shit to do. What do you got to do? I got stuff I got to do. I'm leaving town tomorrow. I got stuff I got to do. Well, what do you got to do? I got stuff to do.
I have things. That is hilarious. What you got lined up?
Oh, man. So you ever see, man, we're about to be on some Deliverance shit, I feel like. You ever seen that movie?
Fuck. I haven't actually had the pleasure of watching the whole movie, no.
But you know what it is, though, right?
I am aware, yes.
Okay, yeah. I think we're about to be on some of that shit.
Please be specific.
And yeah, I don't think anybody's gonna get like raped or anything.
I don't think anybody's gonna get raped.
It's a big ass place, man. I've been looking at the map all night, just trying to figure out like where we're sleeping, because like we've got 2 cabins and like the grand suite, which holds like 20. There's 18 of us going. So, I mean, the Grand Suite should hold all of this, but we have 2 cabins, and I'm in one of the fucking cabins, and you have to bring your own goddamn pillow, blanket, and sheets.
Bedding.
Yeah!
I mean, you probably better off for it.
Man, I've slept in a pay-by-the-hour motel in East LA. I'm not afraid.
You seen the bottom.
I've seen the bottom.
That's funny.
I mean, like, dude, that spot in LA, East LA, dude, in fucking Bell Gardens, California. Look it up if you don't fucking believe me. The Fiesta Inn. Swear to God, dude, there was like a little bit of blood on the wall, like some dead rats in the corner and shit. Like, it was full on pay by the hour joint.
This segment of the Hard Camera brought to you by
the Fiesta Inn.
Just a little bit of blood on the wall.
It was just a little bit. They had a TV channel too that was like nothing but fuck flicks, and like nice. So like we're flipping through the channels when we first get up in there, seeing what they got on TV or whatever, because we figured it'd be like bunny ears type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like only the locals. But like we're flipping through and like there's a hardcore fucking channel on there.
Oh, shit.
And like we go to bed, or like we go out, we come back or whatever. We go to bed, wake up the next morning, like let's see what's on the fuck channel.
You gave it your own name.
Had to, dude.
Like,
you
hey,
remember
bro,
like,
hey friend, let's see what's on the fuck channel.
You remember the old DVD players, like whenever like you stopped watching something and you just left it on and they had like the DVD like symbol like bouncing off the screen like a screensaver?
Yep.
Okay, yeah, but like dude, it had a screensaver on there. On the channel.
What you mean? Like it was just so wait, I just
yeah.
So like the whole network was powered by fucking Steve's
desk.
The dude.
He was playing his private stash of fuck flicks. Man, dude, yeah. At first he tried telling us that we couldn't stay there because I wanted to get a room for 3 nights, and he was like, "No, it's only paid by the hour." I'm like, no, I just got fucked out of my hotel room in San Bernardino.
Oh my god.
So I'll be there in 30 minutes, and I'll tell you I was the guy talking to you on the phone that wanted the 3 nights. And went there and I was like, hey, I just talked to you on the phone. Oh yeah, $120 for 3 nights.
My man hit you with the VIP rates.
You you're thinking, like, dude, I swear to God, I was thinking, like, we're gonna pull in this parking lot, and it's gonna be, like, nothing but, like, just trash, you know? And, like, dude, pull in the parking lot, and, like, this fucking parking lot, I swear to God, is filled up with Hummers and Corvettes.
Oh, my God.
And then the last night we were staying there, like, we pull in the parking lot, there is no parking spaces at all.
Oh,
like,
my God.
And I go to the front desk, and I'm like, dude, there's no parking spots, and, like, I got a room here.
Hey, buddy, I'm a VIP.
And, like, I was like, there's, like, a spot I could park in front of this garage. Is that cool? Oh, yeah, buddy, that's fine. Yeah, park there.
Oh, man.
And, man, yeah, dude, Fiesta Inn, Bell Gardens, California. Hit it up if you're ever in the area.
The proceeding was paid for by the following. What the hell? Man, I wish I had a skeevy hotel story to follow it up with. I don't have one. All of mine.
Yeah, we were asked out of a hotel, man, and I called my buddy that we were meeting up with over there, and he's just like, yeah, dude, there's this little pay by the hour joint like a mile away from my house where my girlfriend used to go to before we had our own place.
That's fucking hilarious. Yeah, no, all the places that
I've ever met the guy, too, in person, because I'd met him on PlayStation playing Grand Theft Auto for like 4 years. Flew out there to a punk rock festival, met up with them.
My man, hey, listen. My man was a tour guide for the ages.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he was. It was awesome. Roller.
It was awesome. Yeah.
Roller the Killer.
That's his name? Roller the... God damn it, man.
Roller the Killer.
That is hilarious. No, there's only I've only been safe spaces.
Hold on, say what?
I can safely say that all of my hotel visits have only been safe spaces.
No, not me.
Yeah, no. The life that chose you.
Man, yeah. You just gotta dig in there and grab it, you know?
Just dig in there. Grab it. You know.
Get all filthy with it.
Greasy, huh?
Jeremy was super right about it. He was there with me. He was like, "Hey, dude, don't use that fucking pillowcase. Put your t-shirt over that motherfucker."
I do wonder like how often they change the sheets at that spot.
Man, like, dude, I stayed at a Sheraton, and fucking no, it was I don't know if it was a Sheraton. It was a nice hotel in Springfield. And, like, dude, it was a nice room, but I could tell that they didn't do a thorough cleaning because there was still some motherfucker socks up in there.
You sure they didn't just come with the room?
Man, hell.
Just some complimentary socks out that bitch.
I wasn't wearing them crusty bitches.
Oh, man. That is funny. That is funny as hell. Oh, damn, Duke. Yeah, we should let the people know that, of course, we'll talk about it more because we got more come. I think you know how we were talking about like dropping both episodes on the day. I think I might push the best of to start the week off.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, Big Ren, man, it's Big Ren's birthday coming up. The day you hear this.
Dirty 30.
Well, if you listen to it the day it comes out, like you should, like a good fan, like a good listener,
like a good fan. That's right.
Like a good supporter. Fan might be like, is the word fan disrespectful now? Like, is everyone so absorbed in themselves that they can't be a fan of anything? Like, we gotta use different words.
I think it just goes like to each his own type deal, you know.
True.
Like, however somebody wants to. Are you a fanboy type deal? You know what I'm saying? Like,
right. And hell, maybe it just depends on like which part of the hard camera they're talking about. Like, if it's you, they'd have no problem saying they're a fan of yours. But like, if it's me, they'd be like, "Well, I like his shit. He's straight, but like, I'm really a fan of Ren."
Well, I appreciate y'all that say that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm just a regular ass dude.
I
just get in there and grab it, you know.
Yeah, I think they can appreciate that you would spend the night and get VIP rates at a place you've never been before, whereas I probably would have just slept in my car.
All the dip on the chip, you know.
Oh shit, man! But yeah, man, Big Ren's birthday, the day you hear this, man. So, of course, we'll get to the social medias later on. But give Ren your love and your wishes and your heart and your whatnot, man.
All love.
Yeah, man. I still acclimating here to the new place. It's I haven't gotten too far. I've been I haven't really had time to do so with the new schedule and weekends inside of. I'm still DJing too, and so you good over there?
Yeah.
It's a little scratchy.
I was fucking with my mic.
You adjusting?
Yeah, it's good now. Yeah.
But yeah, man, getting used to the new spot, man. I ain't did shit out here. You know what's so funny? I said this before. I don't think I've said it to you, but when I go to a new city, my way of knowing who's from there and who isn't, I'll ask them how you like the city or what there is to do in the city, right? And I've learned that the pattern is typically if they're born and raised in the city, then usually they're over it. I'm bored. I don't know. There's really nothing to do, right?
Yeah, that's what I'll say.
You know what I'm saying? But if they're new to the city, if they're a transplant, they're yeah, you know what? There's this. I like this. They kind of like the city. Nobody is excited about this place that I moved to. They're everybody man, it's this place, man.
It's what it is,
dude. Yeah, man. So
man, it sounds like where I live, only with there might actually be something out there,
dude. I mean, there's 400,000 people in this motherfucker, man.
There's gotta be something, dude.
How 400,000 people bored by this place?
Just everybody just straight up wake up, take a shit, have a cup of coffee, go to work, come home, take a shit, eat dinner, go to bed, repeat.
I guess, man. That's a lot of good metabolism if they take that many shits. Everybody. That's a lot of, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people drinking their water, eating their leafy greens.
Shit, man.
Yeah, man. No. Double shit. So, yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. So...
It's still early in the game, though.
Yeah, and the thing is, too, I'm not too pressed to find anything new. I mean, I know why I came down here, but I'm not pressed to find anything. And, of course, I'm going to be really busy. My September and my October are basically spoken for the most part, so I'm not too bugged about it. So, people don't believe me when I say this. I don't know if it's because, I'm a dude or whatever, for whatever reason, but well, for one, you know how when people be man, when did Facebook become a dating app, right?
What?
Oh, no one ever said that to you? Well, no, people say this all the time. They're guys are always in my inbox trying to talk to me when did Facebook become a dating app? Man, it became a dating app when you logged on. If there are people there, it's a dating app. I don't care what you use it for.
I mean, if Facebook is just I don't know. Yeah, no, go ahead.
Well, if it's social media, it's a dating app, right? But I'm kind of the inverse of it. I'm kind of the reverse of it. We've went on in depth on this show, multiple episodes, talking about how I want the no new male friends movement.
Yeah.
Just investing in women because they're better than us and they know all the cool places and things.
How's that going for you though? Knowing the cool places and things.
Dude. I'll use I'll use the quote unquote dating apps to find people and ask them things about the city. And to be clear, I'm swiping right on like Agnes, who like I wouldn't like approach, right?
You're swiping right like you're in a new city for the night.
Yeah, right. Right. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is, like, I'm not on it for that, right? I'm not on it for that. Like, I just want to legit like find out what's happening in this city. Like, I mean, listen, man. I got a dope internet connection. I got Netflix, and I got 2 fully functional forearms. I'm not here for that. You know what I'm saying? These forearms are gonna take me to the promised land.
Get me through the day. We will live to see another day, boys.
Yeah, we will live, boys. You know. So yeah, I've got no time. I've got a good Netflix list, and I got 2 great forearms. Like I'm not here for Britney like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm really here for this paper. But yeah, man, like in every facet of my life that I like, nobody is impressed by this place. It's very disappointing.
Dang. Does anybody like say like the town over is fucking tight or anything like that? You know what I'm saying? Because I looked at where you're at on the map, and like it looks like there's a town like to the west a little bit. That might be all right a little bit.
I live like an hour and a half away from a more well-known city.
Okay, that's from
which I'll be going to just for work and stuff. There's a pro team there too, so I mean I imagine I'll try to see some of their stuff too. But no, man, the entire state just seems just unimpressed with itself. Just like, yeah, we exist.
We're here.
We're here.
I don't know if everybody else knows it, but we're here.
Right, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, I'm just counting down the weeks, man, so I can get up out of here, man. I'm still trying to find a gym. It's getting to the point too, like I've been here like less than 2 weeks, and like at first, because like I just find this shit just kind of fascinating. At first, I found it funny that like the people in this city, it being a 450,000 person city, like they know I'm not from here. So like I get like weird looks everywhere. Like the Walmart, the Target, the Walgreens, every gym I've been to, right?
Yeah.
Like every fucking Walgreens in North America is shaped the exact same way. Trust me, I know where the ice cream is, Susan.
I was wanting to ask you about that.
Like, no, I don't need help finding anything. I'm like, what are you talking about? So, yeah, that's a little annoying. Now, but I mean to say, at first it was fascinating, but now it's kind of annoying. Like, stop fucking looking at me. I'm not a professional athlete. I'm just.
I went to a Walgreens in New Orleans. It's in the French Quarter, and man, I was fucking lost. I was lost. Like, it was 10 o'clock, funny. And they're over the intercom. We are shutting down in 2 minutes. Like, oh fuck! Like, what the fuck? Like, I just want some water and some chips. I'm ready to go to bed. I'm
gonna get locked in tomorrow. I'm gonna get locked in this Walgreens overnight.
Dude, like all the corner stores, like the general stores down there, they like one of these dudes is like closing at 6 o'clock, and I was like, "Why y'all close so early?" He's like, "Oh, it gets pretty rough out there."
It gets pretty rough.
Like, what? Like, I mean, this was a smaller Asian American fella.
Oh yeah, he's scared of everything except white people.
Man, shit. I mean, shit down there. White people are scary down there.
White people are scary everywhere. But I thought Asians were like, okay, yeah, model minority, it's cool. We can call them niggers together.
For the Indian dudes. Charging $33 a fucking case of beer.
Oh, shit, man. Hell no, man. No.
Had to buy it, man.
Had to buy it for the 12 pack.
No, case 24.
Oh, 24s. Oh, no, man. Hell nah. I still don't know where to get drugs out here. Like, they told me it's the random drops. And, like, I believe them, but I kind of don't believe them. Like, I feel like I only get a random drop if, like, they hear something about me, like, fucking up at a show, which I'm not going to do. But, like, I don't even know where to find it at.
I wouldn't even do it in that state. That state is hardcore for prosecution.
You know what? You know what's crazy, though? And I meant to hit you about this. There's, like... There's... I meant to tell you this when I was swiping, trying to find, like, city suggestions. This place is like a market for two things.
Oh, man.
Number one, swingers. Number two, drugs. There's
you are getting close to the border.
There's like marijuana and CBD billboards. There's like a district for this shit.
Nice.
Like, I'm like, yo, Ren would love this.
Man, that's pretty tight.
Yeah, and then there's like a whole lot of fucking cucking out here. I'm like, yo, Ren would love this.
That shit is hilarious.
Ren would love this. Just cucking and drugs. Like, what the fuck?
Yo, like, I wonder, who came up with that term?
Cucking?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. That shit is...
That shit is insane. Like, you call somebody a cuck.
Just the word is funny, right? The word by itself is funny. But then the definition of it, hell yeah.
Like, I'm gonna fuck your wife and you're gonna watch and enjoy it. Like, what the fuck?
You're gonna watch and enjoy it at the same time.
At the same time.
And then talk about it later and talk about my performance when I leave.
Oh my god.
Like
what kind of world
movie.
we live in?
Yeah. Like it's a scene by scene breakdown.
Dude. Like he's over there directing.
Oh man, no, don't direct, don't direct my fucking.
Man, like, you could give some input, but shut the fuck up.
No, you can applaud me. But I'm an independent filmmaker, dog. Don't be telling me how to make my films.
Man. Wow.
It's goddamn Sundance over here, player. It's the Cannes Film Festival, player.
That is insane.
Oh, my God. But, yeah, man. Once I get established, man, you have to come visit, man. We'll get you, get you some drugs and some cuck.
I don't do drugs, but...
I'm sorry. You just say no. You
just
say no. Dare. Oh,
I don't think they do that shit anymore, man.
You said what?
I don't think they do that dare shit anymore.
They don't do it?
That's what got everybody in my generation hooked on drugs. They brought in that big old display case of all the cool looking shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, what is that? Like, oh, it's cool because we're in like 5th grade. We're in 5th grade, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you tell people long enough not to do shit, they just gonna do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. The best way to get people to not to do shit.
You're going to find out, too, that the reason people are telling you not to do it is because they want it all for them fucking selves.
Oh, my God. I didn't think of it that way, but word.
Oh, yeah, it's like, yeah, don't touch that. Don't touch that. I'm going to touch it.
I'm going to touch it.
Don't walk on that. I'm going to walk on it.
Yeah, man. Like, I was talking to my guy recently, and he's got 2 kids, one, like, 1st grade and 4th grade. And I just thought about how, like, man, I don't know how y'all do it out here, man. I'm scared, like, raising these babies. But, like,
he probably still is.
The thing, you said what?
He probably still is.
Yeah, man. But, like, to me, it's like, let your child, like, want to start, like, fucking.
Not in 1st and 4th grade.
Well, no, not at 1st and 4th grade. What the fuck, Ren?
Oh, dude. I seen a tweet today. It's like somebody was tweeting. It was like, how are these kids in middle school having sex? Like, dude, I know a couple people back when I was in middle school that caught fucking in school. Like, this is not something new, y'all.
This ain't new. Like, I didn't know if anybody got caught doing it because I guess I was just a wholesome Midwestern boy. But like, I saw them bellies in 8th grade. Like, they got them somehow. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a scene. There's like a couple episode story arc in The Wire of like these two eighth grade boys ran one on his 8th grade girl in the bathroom while a young boy stood lookout.
And dude, I remember a kid when we were in high school that caught getting his dick sucked in the hallway.
Fuck, man.
Like, what?
Just in the middle of the hallway. Just in
the fucking hallway. Yeah. Full on.
Full on. Nah, man, I think I was too wholesome. But, like, the point of it was, like, yeah, like, let them start wanting to do that. The thing is, man, once they want to do it, if they decided that they not scared,
they're not going to tell you anyways.
Well, you know what? You got to be cool enough to where, not like cool enough like a friend, but like cool enough to where like they can kind of talk to you about it somehow. But like you bug out and start telling them just not to do it, they're just going to do it more.
Yeah.
So it's like, here, man, let me show you. Let me teach you properly, but like
teach you better than they're going to teach you in school.
Yeah, man. Listen, I remember fucking 5th grade. Fucking sex ed, 5th grade, where they separated the boys and the girls. And we watched the video, and my 5th grade teacher was a guy. So he had, like, you know, a classroom full of young boys, man. And one of the kids asked a question. He goes, if you bust a nut, will you die? I said, oh, shit. I'm 10 years old. This is the late 90s. Now,
everybody leaned up whenever he asked that question.
Yeah. And the thing is, the thing is, I don't know, and I don't know if he knew that bust a nut means what we use it as. But like, all of us was like, well, I thought bust a nut back in 1999 meant like busting one of your nuts. You know?
Yeah, like slam it.
Right. Right, bro. Like, I didn't know, like, and that's the thing. I don't know if he knew that. I don't know if he meant it the same way I took it. I don't know. But, yeah, man. So, I don't know if we've come that much farther in 20 fucking years.
Man. Yeah, I guarantee we have, man. We got, the internet is in every household nowadays.
Yeah,
so.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you can find whatever you want on the net. It's teenagers with thousands of Instagram followers, and that's just a way of life.
Yeah, dude, like I didn't get internet until like I still lived on Porter Street.
Man,
whenever I got internet.
Bruh. You know what I'm
saying? So, and like I moved to Winter whenever I went to like 7th grade.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? The scratchy dial-up where you couldn't even make phone calls.
Somebody might have just got blasted.
You said what?
Somebody might have just got blasted.
I feel like I thought I heard something, but...
Like a big bang?
Y'all out there wilding?
Man, I didn't hear no repeat. I don't think there's no fireworks.
But out there wilding in White County? I say it like I'm surprised.
No, it's pretty quiet over here in these parts.
In these parts of White County.
The north side is just right across the tracks, and that's where the shithole is. But hell, I guess I'll find out tomorrow.
Yeah. WCIA. But yeah, man, this is, you know, where we grew up, man. It was dial-up with the scratchy internet. You couldn't make phone calls. Like, there was an app we downloaded where you could like leave a voicemail. Yeah, man. You say what?
LimeWire, we gave our computer AIDS with one song.
Like we downloaded mad diseases on our computer. Like every song came with like free AIDS, like complimentary diseases with every song, right?
It's the song sponsored by Computer AIDS.
You know what I'm saying? We just had to get our mixes mixed up. You know what I mean? Shit, you know. Well, like this shit is like a way of life for them. Like we were born in the exact right time, because we saw the transition in every musical format, right? Like we weren't around for 8-tracks, but my parents had 8-tracks. Did you have 8-tracks at least around somewhere growing up?
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? 8-tracks to cassettes. I mean, fucking records.
Kids don't even know what cassettes are nowadays.
Yeah, bruh. It's a generation of kids who don't know what CDs are anymore.
Man, like there's some CD? Like pages that I follow, and then like there's still bands that release like new bands, like underground bands that release cassettes.
Shit.
I swear, dude, people buy that shit, man. Like, dude, that shit will be worth money if they hit it big.
Yeah, man.
Got a cassette of my guys back in 2019.
Right. I never fucking heard it because I didn't have anything to play this cassette tape on, but I got one. Shit. So yeah, man, it's weird, man. This whole thing is like, weird.
Kids nowadays are born in the internet. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And it makes them kind of fucking pussy because of it.
Oh, definitely, dude. Like, all this texting shit. Like, dude, kids, like, motherfuckers are not going to know how to communicate.
Yeah.
Like, and, like, dude, fucking, like, kids in, like, kindergarten have cell phones and shit. You know what I'm saying? I didn't get a cell phone until, like, I didn't get a cell phone until, like, freshman year of high school. 2004.
I didn't get a cell phone until freshman year of college. And my sister was tight.
I remember you had your mom's phone.
Bruh, yep.
I was scared to call that motherfucking phone.
You never knew, because you didn't know who was going to answer it. Was it me? Was it her? And the thing is, you knew when I was calling because the number was fucking, it showed up unlisted.
Yeah.
Mama wasn't having it, man. No, unlisted, man. Shit is private.
I don't blame her, man.
I guess.
Fucking dude, I didn't even get a smartphone until 5 years ago.
Man, listen. Telling you. I fucked up. My first smartphone was a Windows phone. I fucked up. Everybody
I don't know if they make those anymore.
Bruh, I'm not sure they do either. Everybody talking about Android or iPhone. Nah, player. Windows. Windows. I funked up.
Oh, shit.
I funked up. They didn't even have, like, I play fantasy basketball every year. Like, they didn't even have a fantasy basketball app for it. I was tight. I was like, nah, this ain't gonna work. Let me get the fuck out of here. They probably didn't have
tablets then either.
You said what?
They probably didn't have tablets then.
Man, I'm sure they were huge.
Oh, yeah.
Shit, man. Yeah, that transition between how the tablets got smaller and the phones got bigger. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, dude, like, I remember, like they were making phones super small, and everybody thought, like, oh, yeah, we're just eventually going to have, like, a fucking earpiece, and that's going to be the phone.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But now, like, shit, they've got some of those notes, those note phones. You know what I'm saying?
Hands ain't big enough for them.
Shit, man.
You know?
Yeah, you got to put those little things on the back of them to hold the motherfucker, you know?
The whole little grip joints.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Little knobs and shit, man. Dude. I remember when I was first selling phones, like the iPhone 4 was out, and parents were like, yeah, man, iPhone 4s, these are hot. I'm like, yeah. No, it was trash. It was trash comparatively. Holy shit, man. Sold a lot of...
Still never had a...
I never had an iPhone either.
I ain't crossing over.
No, I'm good where I'm at. So I've sold a lot of things. My lifetime. I never told you about when, like, I allegedly sold weed for a summer.
I think you might have, but refresh my memory.
I don't know if this was, like, the first time or the second time or the third time, but, like, fucking, I was definitely living a rapper lifestyle. It was like,
all.
You said what?
Do-rag and all.
Oh, bro. Oh, my God.
Blue do-rag.
Then the colored joints I'd wear outside. What the fuck? Yo, I was asking for trouble.
That picture of you, me, and Dylan at his graduation party says it all.
Man, yeah, man, and I had a multicolored hat to match the do-rag and the double XL polo. What? Yep. Nope, can't.
I'm actually wearing a fucking Finish Line tall tee right now.
See? Yep. Telling you, man. Comfy. Could swim in it, sleep in it. Fucking, it was a summer, man. I wasn't taking. It was in college, man. I wasn't taking no classes. I didn't want to go home, man. I was like, fuck it, man. I'm gonna have to make a way in these streets, man. It was me and the homie. We he just started making beats, and I'd always like writing, so we like did our first album together, and like. When we wasn't making songs, we was allegedly selling weed.
I definitely remember this time. Yep.
fucking rapper. Yeah, man, it was one time we went to a party. It was a bunch of people I knew, and like we had our little bullshit bags of overpriced and under quality stuff, man. And we were all about to go out to the bar. And they all left, but me and bro, we left too. We got in my car, my mom's car, and didn't leave because we decided to just roll up because we were not good at our jobs. And so we rolled up, we knocked it out, and like all the lights stayed on at the crib. Like the people whose crib it was, they didn't turn the lights off. And we're just in the car, and like all of a sudden, like we get done, like 3 cop cars pull up.
Oh shit!
And that's what I said.
Oh shit!
We got all these baggies of poor quality drugs, and 3 cop cars behind us. Now my lights are off. We recline the seats back. I'm like, oh, fuck, we're going to jail. We're about to go to jail. I'm sitting here super still. Cops are getting out the car. They looking around the house. They just like trying to find signs of life in the house. Listen, this mad baggage in the car. No water, no juice. But goddamn it, if I'm going to jail, I'm going to try to reduce this sentence, man. So I swallowed about 3 bags.
I feel the next day.
I had no juice. I had no water. Oh, it sucked. But
man, that'll fuck you up too,
bruh. Listen, last bag I ever sold, we somehow, I don't know if these are just the worst fucking cops ever. But, like, they somehow didn't see us. Like, literally 3 cars behind me. They walking all around this house, and we just slumped in the car like, oh, my God. And we didn't get caught somehow. So,
man, that's...
I took that as a sign, like,
knock it the fuck off.
Yeah, let's finish this album. I think I'm going to go home. I think I'm going home for the rest of the summer. So,
shit, home wasn't no better.
No, it wasn't. It was not. You probably more likely to sell drugs had I stayed home. So.
Yeah. If you know, you know.
If you know, you know. I think the moral of the story is just say no.
Just say no.
Oh, man. I want to thank y'all for pressing play on episode 45 of the Hard Camera THC XLV. I am your guy, JUV. I'm here with my tag team partner, Big Ren, the legendary. And together we are Rhythm and Blues. Big Ren, let them know how they can reach you on the social medias, dog.
Right on. Y'all can find me on Twitter and Instagram, @motherfucker, _MAAFHUCKA. You can also find me on Snapchat Moffed Up 316 MAAFFHHDUP 316. Run it.
No doubt, man. Hit me on Twitter at Juvie Desayuno, JUVIDESAYUNO. Hit me on the Instagrams at Juvie Desayuno, JUVIDESAYUNO. Facebook.com/Juve. Check out The Hard Camera on YouTube. Search The Hard Camera, get the entire archive of The Hard Camera. And of course, the show page on Twitter at The Hard Camera. So, we had a chock full weekend of top shelf. Well, some of it was top shelf action. We had NXT, most of it. We had NXT Takeover Toronto. We had SummerSlam. I gotta say, man, you kind of it wasn't your best outing.
Man, I fucking blew it. I don't even want to talk about it.
It wasn't your best showing, dog.
Man, I felt something deep down in me, man. I just tried to grab it, and
yeah, and it grabbed you back.
Man, yeah, not in a good way.
No, not at all. Our updated numbers, man.
I'm scared.
You didn't have a great one. I didn't even, I decided not to even break it down by how you did over the weekend because that was just kind of rough.
Go ahead and tell them.
Well, I'll put it this way. NXT wasn't great for either one of us.
Yeah.
But it was less great for you. Now, our page runner... Say it again. Yeah. Now, our page runner, he went 5 for 5. But...
That's a motherfucker.
And you know what the thing is, though? He's got the luxury of not picking the matches until the match starts.
Very true. So he's got all week to figure it out.
Well, he can get a feel for the show, of how the pacing of the show is, and then be like, yeah, this is who I'm going with. Whereas we pick it, we don't know the order, we don't know the feel of what's going on. Now, I will say that's no excuse for picking Tommaso Ciampa in a match that he's not involved in. But, yeah. So, Ren, you happen to go 0 for 5 for TakeOver Toronto.
Don't make fun of me.
I would never. I went 2 for 5 in TakeOver Toronto. But overall in the weekend and overall after NXT and SummerSlam, Big Ren, you are sitting at 29 of 56. That's 51.78%.
It's all right.
Your boy Juve is sitting at 35 of 56, 62.5%.
Damn, you got a whole 11% on me.
Yeah, I didn't know. I'm not gonna lie. I had a good showing, man. SummerSlam went really well. We both picked wrong on the WWE title match. We'll talk about that here soon. And I picked wrong on the Brock Lesnar Seth Rollins match. I'm a little tight, but whatever. You know why I'm tight,
man.
Yeah. Anyway, I should have stuck with my gut. It's cool. We'll get to SummerSlam here in a bit. Let's start off with NXT TakeOver, man. How'd you feel about the event as a whole before we break it down?
Shit, that was the goddamn party of the summer right there.
Yeah.
It started off with a fucking bang.
Mm-hmm.
Ended with a fucking bang. The middle was fire.
Yeah.
I never expected to. I don't know if it topped. I don't know if it was the best takeover we've ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
But at the time when we seen it, it was the best fucking takeover.
You're satisfied as a whole.
Oh, big time. Yeah.
I feel you. I was satisfied overall. There's no such thing as a bad takeover. You can't have a bad takeover. I will say I'd probably put it in the bottom half of takeovers.
Exactly.
Like, it was good, but so let's start with let's start with the first match. The Street Profits defeating the Undisputed Era. it was a great win to establish the Street Profits as legit, right? And not flukes. And I like how we psyched ourselves out with the main roster appearances.
That's what it's all about.
Yeah. So, we both picked wrong there and went with the Undisputed Era, but overall it was a solid, fun match, but it felt like there was more to offer. For me, it felt like there was more to offer, but I wasn't mad at it at all.
No, I agree 100%. I mean, there was Montez Ford. He can fly like a motherfucker, and that's what I was looking forward to the most, even if they were going to lose.
Yeah.
Montez has got it all, man.
Yep.
Fucking, he's fire on the mic, he's fire in the air, he's fire in the ring.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, I mean, I feel bad for him now. Don't hate me, Street Profits. If y'all hear this, we're picking against you. But man, it just seemed like it was their time, and I think the only reason I was thinking that is how NXT has handled previous tag team champions.
Yeah. And we see them enough on TV. I think, the idea of seeing them a lot on Raw, plus the idea of falling for the idea that the UE might walk away with all the gold. Yeah, we picked wrong. So, but it was a good look for them. Establish them as a NXT tag team to be reckoned with, not a fluke, not somebody, not no fly by night champions. But yeah, Montez Ford is clearly the star of the Street Profits, and I don't even think they're like in their portrayal on TV, like they are not hiding it.
No,
like they see it too, and they are not hiding it.
I've heard that they do like all their shit unscripted too, which is even fucking cooler.
Yeah. Or live. At least they do it live. I don't know about the scripting part. They do it live. Yeah. To Angelo Dawkins' credit, though, they did have some spots that made him look great. Showing off his power. How he completely launched Bobby Fish more than one time. Where he like that huge spinebuster-esque tackle that broke up that Achilles heel submission move. That was great.
Yes.
He launched Homie halfway across the ring into the corner. That was great. Even to like when Kyle O'Reilly had him in that guillotine choke, and he held him in place for Montez Ford's blockbuster off the top. So that was a great show of strength. Yeah. So they're doing what they can to establish Dawkins, but as far as personality goes, charisma goes, as far as the overall package goes, I said it before, man. Montez Ford, he got it, man. Homie got it.
Yeah, he's gonna have it for a while. Even if it were to lose, he's still gonna have it. Like, there's no way that they could put that team on the back burner anytime soon.
They'll find a way once they get to the main roster.
Yeah, they'll always find a stupid ass way. But yeah,
give them a couple years solid run on the main roster. Yeah, man, I could easily see Montez turning on Dawkins and Dawkins being forgotten, which is tough to say. I mean, you would hope that he doesn't get forgotten, but they know who the star is if they had to choose.
Oh yeah,
you're
right.
To say. So we both picked wrong as far as Shayna Baszler versus Mia Yim. What do you think about that match?
Man, I fucking hate Shayna Baszler. Her and her little clique, I just can't stand them. Go back, just get out of here. But I gotta give it to Baszler on this one. She did it all by herself.
Yeah.
And there was a couple close calls where she was almost done, but she got back with it. She grabbed it.
She grabbed it is really funny to me because I'm a child. It was one of those things too. I mean, the match overall was just solid to me. There were definitely some sloppy parts, some things they could have did a little bit better. That's just execution. But I mean, I could see why we chose Mia Yim, and why we choose against Baszler more often than not, in the sense that it be feeling like it's time for a title change. But
overs.
Yeah. To me,
I think it's just us saying get the fuck out of here, we're tired of seeing her.
Well, it's such a thing. Well, to me, I felt like Bianca Belair was the person to give the title to when they had their one-on-one match, or even the Fatal 4-Way. I think the takeover after that, right? And I know, undefeated streaks can be a little complicated as far as her being undefeated and champion, so I get that. But I felt like Bianca Belair was the one at the time, right? The thing with Mia Yim, even though we chose her, and it wasn't something that we said on the last show, but I think we can agree with that even though we chose her, it didn't really feel like she was ready.
No.
You know what I mean? But we wanted to go in that direction anyway. And within the whole story of the match, I think the story of the match was telling us the same thing. Like, throughout the match, right? So the story of the match to me was that Mia Yim wasn't ready, but that she was scrappy enough to put up a fight. So if Mia Yim did win, she would have looked lucky. But Mia Yim losing, she at least was resilient and put up a fight. Because I'm watching the match, there was a part where Shayna hurt her arm. I think it was the steel steps thing. She put her arm in the steel steps and kicked the steps. Like, after that, all of the damage that was done to Shayna's arm was stuff that Shayna did to herself while damaging Mia Yim.
Yep.
It was nothing that Mia Yim actually did.
She had more drive.
Yeah, it was nothing that Mia Yim actually did. It was all Shayna hurting her own shoulder while performing on Mia Yim. And even when Mia Yim would attempt a comeback, like, she wasn't using like wrestling skills. She was pulling hair. She was doing, and that's not a slight to Mia Yim. It's just an observation that it was just part of the story. She wasn't ready to rock with Shayna 2 times.
Oh, you're 100% right.
Yeah.
I mean, it was, there was a lot of hair pulling, but at the same time, it's a fucking title match. You got to do whatever it takes to get it.
Yeah, got to get it done. I'm afraid now, because again, saying before that maybe Bianca Belair, I thought she was the one to dethrone Shayna, but I'm afraid now that they may end up with the same problem they had when Asuka was champion. When Asuka left, like, the whole women's division was kind of depleted because she ran through everybody, so no one seemed like a credible enough challenger.
That's, like, I was just going to ask you, who's next?
That's the thing, and so that's what I asked you too. Like, let's say someone does beat Shayna, and she doesn't just give it up like Asuka did. Who do you think beats Shayna Baszler?
I mean, we haven't seen Bianca in a while, have we?
We have not.
See, like, that could be it right there. She could come back and get it.
You think she comes back?
I mean, that's the only thing I could think of, really. I mean, I don't really know too many of the women's roster over NXT, and I mean, I feel like there's not too many.
And I know they're still developing, like, your Vanessa Bournes and Aaliyah and their partnership. But they've got a long way to go. If not Bianca Belair, the only person I could think of would be the lovable loser, man, Candice LeRae.
Yeah, she just got skunked by Io.
Right, she took that L. So I don't know.
Her though too for not tapping.
Yeah, passing out instead of not tapping. Yeah. Oh, we're in the women's division is going to be interesting, for better for worse, to keep an eye on, to see how they develop and go from there, because I don't want us to have that same Asuka-related problem,
It's funny because over in NXT, the women's division is so small, but they are doing so much more with it than they are doing over on the main roster.
Yep. We'll definitely talk about those new developments in the women's division. But yeah, man. Moving forward, Matt Riddle had a really fun brawl with Killian Dane.
That's gonna be fucking awesome.
That was fun. That was really fun.
I mean, this is kind of going a bit forward, but like, Kevin Owens got fined for fucking up an official, quote unquote official. Yeah. Matt Riddle fucked them all up.
This is true.
I mean,
yeah, this is
they
true.
just I feel like they just go with the storyline and that's it.
Making
like,
it as they go.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, I hear you.
Matt Riddle would have had $1 million fine.
I feel you, man. Yeah. Nice physical brawl, flying off stages, and
I think, yeah. I mean, if they do have that match, Matt Riddle's gonna win it, and he's gonna be on the rise back up again.
Yeah, I think this is just something to not necessarily cool him off to heat him up again, but there's only 5 matches on the takeover. They needed to reestablish Killian Dane as a threat to be reckoned with, but also keep Matt Riddle busy. He's still a high-profile name for them. He's gonna do big things for that brand and wrestling overall. So yeah, I'm rolling. I think that we can both agree that Roderick Strong is probably considered the least charismatic of the Undisputed Era.
Yeah.
Because Bobby Fish is charismatic by association because he hangs out with Kyle O'Reilly, who's cool. So he's cool by association. But Roderick Strong probably considered the least charismatic. But when he starts pulling off like that flurry of offense, he's busting out 3-4 suplexes and backbreakers in a row. My goodness.
Yeah. He's actually probably one of my favorites out of the whole UE.
When he gets going, man, it's exciting.
Just because, I feel like he is on the back burner for the UE. He's the last guy everybody thinks of. But whenever, like you said, whenever he pulls it out, you better watch.
Yeah.
Because it's going to be something tight. He doesn't talk like the other ones do, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And Bobby Fish, shit. he's just a hanger-on.
Oh, man. Called him a hanger-oner. Damn.
I hit him with it. Yeah.
Too. I hit him with it. Dream was so fun in that match too, which he just is anyway. Everything from after Pete Dunne hit the bitter end on Roderick Strong, Dream holding on to the ref and then grabbing the ref's arm during the 3 count to stop the count. Instead of attacking Pete Dunne, he grabs the ref's arm, which I just thought was a little touch. That was funny. The ode to Bret Hart when he hit Bret Hart's 5 moves of doom.
He snaked him.
Yeah. And that sharpshooter was solid at the beginning till it kind of loosened up, got kind of weak. But Dream was fun, man. That whole 3-way was fun.
Dream is always fucking awesome to watch.
Yeah.
Dream always brings it.
Yeah, man.
So, Pete Dunne always brings it, but you can't fuck with the Dream.
Nah. Dream brings the personality, brings the charisma, everything he does. I'm rolling.
I was very surprised that he won, but the way he won, I thought it was perfect.
Yeah.
He wasn't even in the ring whenever that was about to go on, and then boom, 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 here we go.
Came out of nowhere. That camera angle was put it over the top for me.
Yeah.
He threw him out of the ring, and then all of a sudden he flies onto the screen and takes that spotlight again, and gets the 1, 2, 3 with the elbow drop. Yeah, that was hard, man. He hit the coast to coast elbow drop. That was hard. Dream was a star, as we always say. He is a star. But that was an effort by all 3 men to really put over the top. That was great to see.
Yeah, they burnt that barn.
Oh, they did. Tag team arson, absolutely. Bring us to the main event of the night, man. There's so much hidden storytelling with this match, man. Adam Cole retaining the NXT Championship over Johnny Gargano 2-1, technically. What a fun match, man.
46-minute long match. We haven't seen a match that long in WWE NXT.
Absolutely.
It's so long. The last match that I watched that was longer than that was the Kenny Omega match, and that was an hour long.
Him and Okada.
Yeah, and that was the first time I've seen an hour-long match, and fuck, I couldn't tell you how long.
Yeah, especially one that wasn't like pre-scheduled, like an Iron Man match.
Yeah, it was just a straight-up fucking match.
Mm-hmm.
But this one, I mean, yeah, the 2 out of 3 falls. I mean, Gargano was kind of a madman for giving up that first one.
You know, and I see the vibe because I mean, you know, in the short term, it paid off.
He wanted to get to the street fight.
And also, he wanted to damage Cole before the street fight started, knowing that he wasn't going to get disqualified after that. So,
exactly.
Yeah, I saw the vision.
He was working ahead of the game.
Mm-hmm. And it worked short term, him actually winning the second fall. So it worked short term, just, you know, long term. I guess I can fake say I called it. Like, I called a steel cage. I didn't call a sinister structure or whatever Mauro Ranallo called it. But
yeah, no, I knew what was gonna happen. Like before, like that night, I had seen on Twitter that there was a structure.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
and structure.
I didn't think it was gonna be as heavy duty as it was.
There was one thing about that structure, and it wasn't even the structure; it was the fans in reference to the structure. Because I'm sure we both thought that was a bag of thumbtacks.
Oh yeah,
and not, you know, brass knucks and pliers. But when he pulled out the bag and dropped it, and it wasn't thumbtacks, I was really disappointed in the crowd for booing.
That's some Canadians for you.
them Canucks.
That would have happened if it was in the States.
If it was anywhere, it's more so. There's something to be said about just the where the fan is today, the mindset of the wrestling fan.
Should have been happy that they were wrong.
Yeah, like why have we become so conditioned? And you know what? It's reflective of what we've seen and how we believe everyone has to up the ante and how wrestlers believe they have to up the ante. But like I shouldn't want to see thumbtacks.
Like when we're wrong and they do it well, I like it even more.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because like we feel like we know exactly what the fuck is going on, and then boom,
then
it's like, oh yeah.
There's that aspect, but even more so, like they wanted to see over the top violence. Like they wanted to see someone slammed on thumbtacks. Like they booed when it wasn't thumbtacks, and that's crazy to me that they would rather have preferred to see someone slammed on thumbtacks. You know what I mean?
It's the world we live in now, man.
Yeah, man.
I mean, I'm all for the violence and the thumbtacks and all that shit, but I mean, I wasn't disappointed.
Yeah, like...
I mean, fuck, dude, brass knuckles? Shit. Shit. I know a couple people that got hit with brass knucks, and it's not good.
I imagine it's not good. No,
it's not good. It's broken jaws. I mean,
yikes, man. I have to talk about the storytelling throughout the match, man. I think the overall story that they were telling is that Johnny Gargano and Adam Cole are dead even.
Yep.
Are dead even in skills, and you saw that in so many different ways. Whether it was the the kendo stick duel at the end,
yep.
Which led into the dual super kicks, you know, which led into them, you know, I mean, Adam Cole was going for that Panama Sunrise multiple times throughout the match, hit it a couple times, but probably the best Panama Sunrise was the one Johnny Gargano hit off the ropes.
Oh,
that one was incredible. But a hidden layer, right? So technically, Adam Cole won, and we're talking about the last show, right? This turned into a best of 7 between the first 2 out of 3 falls match, the rematch at TakeOver 25, and then the other 2 out of 3 falls match we just saw. Technically, Adam Cole won 4-3, right?
Yes.
But he didn't beat Johnny Gargano in that first fall.
No.
He got awarded the fall, but nobody won that fall, so nobody beat the other one. So, yes, Adam Cole's up 4-3, but technically, in all actuality, the score is 3-3-1.
3 each person, 1 no contest.
Yep. With that, with that DQ. So, I mean, technically, these guys are dead even.
So could we, potentially...
No, it's dead. No.
It's done.
I know where you were going at. Could we see another match?
The Hell in the Cell.
No. That was it. They can't main event a fourth takeover.
I'm actually glad it's over.
Yeah.
Because, the 2 out of 3 falls, the first take, when they did that the first time, I liked it, but I didn't like it as much as I think everybody else liked it.
Really?
Yeah, I like this one a whole lot more.
Really? Was it because of the stipulations?
I think it was because of the stipulations.
Really?
And I think it was just the mystery of the last stipulation. The first 2 out of 3 falls is 2 out of 3 falls.
Yeah.
Cut, right?
I'm down for that, yeah.
But, I don't know. I mean, seeing another 2 out of 3 falls, it was good. Like I said, I think I like this second one better just because of the stipulations. And then the mystery of not knowing what the third one was going to be.
I hear you. I think I'd have to watch them all back again. But the story around that first one and how emotional it was to finally get to that third fall when Johnny Gargano finally won the championship, that's a moment. Even though he went in and the crowd was cheering more for Adam Cole, he got the crowd back during that match. I'd have to watch all 3 matches again. But no, they're not.
6 matches.
They say what?
All 6 matches.
7, hell yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, I'm not. I don't see them going back to main event and fourth one. That would just be overkill. It'd be like the Boondocks season 4. Mad unnecessary. They told their story to where literally the only thing that separated Adam Cole and Johnny Gargano was Adam Cole rolled over first.
Gotcha.
They flew off that cage and missed one of the tables. Oh my god.
Man.
Oh my god.
That was scary.
Yes. Yes, it was. They overshot one of the tables, and the only thing separating these 2 men is that Adam Cole rolled over first. So, amazing storytelling. Hell of a main event. Hell of a way to blow off that feud. I don't know what's next, man, because like we said, Tommaso Ciampa, who did not make his return that night.
Fuck out of here. Let me be.
Let me be. I'm just saying. He did not make his return that night. So I mean, we've, and you know what, and Velveteen Dream is still North American champion, so I don't expect him to be challenging for the NXT title. I don't know what's next for these guys. Like I said, War Games is coming. I believe that's the next takeover.
I'm wondering, who is going to be in the War Games match, because, as of right now, I feel like it's going to be, the lower squad of NXT, because everybody else is too tied up in storylines that are just too good to fuck up.
Yeah. And, that's also November, so we've got, 2.5, 3 months.
Shit'll be here sooner than later, bro. Summer's over now.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. I definitely see the UE, because I don't see what other heel faction they could create, and it makes sense. So I definitely see the UE. I could definitely see the Street Profits as half of that team. If they're going to go in on the Street Profits, this would be a great way to do it. The NXT Tag Team Champions. It looks like the UE isn't done with Street Profits either. So, the great way to extend it. So I could see the Street Profits being half of that team. Maybe we get Gargano and Ciampa in there. I don't know if Matt Riddle will be done with Killian Dane soon enough.
Let's get the UE versus the Street Profits, Keith Lee, and Velveteen Dream.
Imagine those chants at War Games.
Man! In
Imagine
Chicago.
Those chants. Holy shit. Yeah, man. Keith Lee has been kind of a bit of an afterthought. That injury held him back. That is funny. I don't know, man. At this point, and of course it's too early to tell, I could totally see it being, Gargano and Ciampa and the Street Profits against the Undisputed Era, which would be fire. I don't know, man. I don't know. There are a lot of options, man. NXT's looking good coming out of NXT Toronto. So, overall, man, great takeover as always. There's no such thing as a bad takeover. Certain matches, of course, held it up to a higher standard than others, but, I mean, you can never go bad with a takeover.
Never ever. Like I said, that was the party of the summer.
Yeah, man. Yep. Let's get to the after party. SummerSlam 2019. What'd you think of the show overall?
I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a couple of ones that were kind of like, we didn't need it. There's a couple matches that should have been at SummerSlam that were teased that never came on. And I mean, it's a huge shock at the main event. Yeah.
True. I would give SummerSlam a 7. Maybe even a 6.5.
9.
You would give it a 9 out of 10?
No, 6.9.
Oh, 6.9. Got you. Yeah, that's fair. Nothing like... It was just a decent show with a really good ending.
They still have no faith in the women's division.
They'll get there. It's just they'll get there, especially with the new developments.
Right now they don't.
Yeah. Oh well, I mean, I think they'll get there, especially with the new developments, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. But the show itself, nothing was over the top bad. There was nothing bad. There was just nothing like really, really good, except for that main event. Seth and Brock definitely had match of the night. Everything else just kind of happened. Like, it was just a show that was just getting through the motions.
The only thing that I think was, like, bad was just the double count out.
That was a bad finish, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely.
But other than that, I mean, I'm trying to think. I mean, there was a couple. I mean, Ember and Bayley was kind of sloppy.
Yeah. What a horrible week for Ember Moon.
Man, no shit. That was her first singles pay-per-view match, too.
And she showed why she may not get another one in a while.
Yeah.
And then losing to Charlotte.
When she was first brought up to the main roster, she was on fire.
Yeah. Well, she was new, so they were like, oh, new toys.
Yeah, but like she could still like perform well. And now it's just kind of like, oh, what happened? Too much Code Red.
Yeah. That'll do it every time.
Man, I had a Mountain Dew today with my lunch from Dairy Queen.
And you ain't the same, huh? See? What'd I tell you?
It's in me now.
Yep. It's in me. It's in me now. Holy shit. Yeah. See? Let's get to the first match, man. Becky and Natalya. I mean, listen, man. I've been so loud about how like uninteresting Natalya is. Like the crowd was not cheering for Natalya; they were cheering for the flag she brought out, trying to gain sympathy cheers
for her when she came out.
Nah. I mean, they had a cool idea, that sharpshooter in the ropes. I didn't know that it was like no DQ until. I don't know. I didn't know if when they established that, but yeah. So I guess rope breaks didn't count. That was a cool visual. The sharpshooter in the ropes on the turnbuckle.
I thought the submission match was just strictly like, like it's still a regular match, but the only way you can win is by submission. So
that's
don't
what I thought. That's what I thought. There was one rule that we didn't abide by. We still picked right. But there was one rule we didn't think of when we were picking, is that baby faces do not lose submission matches.
True. Yeah.
They never do. I can't think of the last time a babyface lost a submission match.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. So
we had a couple weird matchups. Like, well, I mean, there was at least one other weird matchup later on, but yeah, this match was. It was. I mean, it was what we expected. I feel like
it existed.
I mean, yeah, and I mean, I was surprised they started the night off with it. Really,
yeah. Had to get out of the way, get the hometown pop, get the man pop. Yeah.
You know,
the most fascinating thing about that whole story was the next night. Sasha Banks is back, dog.
You missed it too.
I didn't miss it. I missed the first minute or two. Sasha Banks is back with a glow. She glowing.
She's a fucking eagle.
The crowd cheered, "Thank you, Sasha." As she
got blue fucking hair.
As she got Natalya up out of there. Natalya was talking about her daddy, and the crowd cheered, "Thank you, Sasha." Like,
I do feel bad a bit for that, but shit.
Well, fans are rude, but yeah.
Yeah, they were pissed about no thumbtacks, but yeah.
Fans are rude, but Sasha came in and she definitely jumped the line to be the next challenger to Becky Lynch's title. She got Natty and Becky Lynch up out of there. Listen,
I thought Canadians were supposed to be nice.
Well, no, we've talked about that before. No, they've been living off that. They've been living off that reputation for a while. But we've got Becky Sasha coming up next, and I'm definitely interested in that war of words. I want to see how how Sasha's going to be on that mic. I want to see how Becky's going to be in return. What we've got coming up next is going to be really, really interesting. I'm guessing there'll be a Clash of the Champions. I'm definitely interested in this feud. So we talked about the women's division. SummerSlam was a holdover for the women's division. It was there to represent, but this next phase, this next couple months, is about to be something to pay attention to.
How are they going to do it?
What do you mean?
I mean, are they just going to give it to her? I don't know.
To Sasha?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, we'll have to see. We'll have to see in that build.
Like you just said, yeah.
And watching it now, I mean, the way Sasha came back,
dude, it got kind of rough.
It got very rough. Yeah. It was a perfect return for Sasha.
Like, it looked like Becky was legitimately pissed at one point.
Well, one of those chair shots smacked her in the head.
This was on the hard camera side of the ring when she was stomping on her. Like, she got up and straight up slapped her.
Yeah. Well.
And it was just damn, here we go.
But, this was a perfect return for Sasha, right? And so the way she came back, if you feed her to Becky instantly, I mean, that kind of, and maybe there's a way to do it, but if you do that, that kind of kills Sasha's return. So, I mean, if I'm sitting here today, I would predict Sasha is the next Raw Women's Champion.
I can't disagree with you.
But those promos are going to be fire, because I know Becky's got some ammo about Sasha being gone so long, about Instagram, about how anytime Sasha wins the title, she instantly loses the title on the first defense. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a really good.
This down.
Yeah, it's going to be some really good promos in this build up. So I'm excited. I'm ready. Moving forward, Goldberg and Dolph Ziggler was what I thought it would be.
Oh yeah, I didn't expect Dolph to keep getting up. Like, what the fuck, bro?
I legit laughed out loud.
Oh yeah, no, I was rolling.
That was, if he was gonna get, I don't want to say buried, but if he was gonna put Goldberg over that way, I legit laughed out loud when he he kept grabbing that microphone and begging for more.
I mean, like, damn, dog, like, he's just gonna come kill you again.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Just let it be. Just be.
Goldberg could have kicked out at 2 on that second super kick. That was kind of annoying to me that he kept kicking out at 1. Like maybe on the first super kick, but on the second super kick, he could have kicked out at 2 and put it over a little bit more.
He's just trying to fucking make up for that Blood Money show.
Yeah, well, I mean, and Dolph was going to help him with that because they weren't going to give him no extended match, but he could have kicked out at 2.
You know Goldberg's going to think about that Blood Money match every single time he gets in the ring.
No, he's got nothing else to think about. I mean, that's over with. The fans forgot, not that they forgot, but like Goldberg's perpetually over. So, I mean, they chanted his name like crazy when he came back and signed that contract. So I don't think that's something he has to worry about anymore.
Yeah, you're right.
But that spear he gave Dolph Ziggler was fantastic.
It was very good.
Maybe his best spear ever.
Mid to late 90s greatness.
Yeah. Absolutely. And I want to credit Dolph for that. I think that you got to credit Dolph for that one.
I don't know if there would have been I don't know if there would have been anybody better to take it than Dolph.
Yeah.
You know.
Great spear.
Oh yeah.
Great look.
Great. He grabbed it.
Oh my god. What the fuck, man? He grabbed it. Let's move forward, man. AJ Styles and Ricochet. That was a great finish. Amazing finish. And you know, and kudos to Ricochet. He made it look good. I mean, that leg work was some good leg work from Styles, and Ricochet, you know, played off of it and sold it well. The climax of that, to me, probably that one-legged springboard clothesline.
What was with Ricochet acting like the OC was gonna get involved the whole time? They didn't do anything really.
Well, they tried. I mean, they didn't try, but they tried.
You know what I mean, though.
They more so distracted him more than actually got involved. Like, they looked like they were trying to get involved, and he fought them off. Especially toward the end, like Anderson actually got on the ring apron.
I remember, yeah.
But yeah, I think he was just distracted more so than actually really try to get involved. But yeah, I think his thinking was, let me take them out before they get involved.
I understand the idea, but it's just like, damn, dude, you could have almost had it. You would have kept your mind in the ring, and I mean, hell, and now we got. I mean, do you see what was announced for next week?
What, Styles and Strowman?
Yeah, like what the fuck? Like Styles challenged Strowman. Yeah,
and I think that's going to lead to something else. We'll get into that in a little bit too. But as far as this match goes, it was one of those another good match, but I feel like it was cut short again. Like if they had 5 more minutes to really build a little more, I think it could have hit that extra level. But I think it didn't get there again for me. Like I said, the finish was great, but it didn't really get there for me.
I think the match itself was only like 9 to 10 minutes long.
Yeah. And, you know, listen, you can do a lot in 9 or 10 minutes, but what they did in the 9 or 10 minutes was good. It just wasn't what we thought it would be. It didn't steal the show like we expected it to.
Yeah.
So I want to ask this, though, because it's about we got to have a conversation about AJ Styles.
Okay.
We got to have a conversation, man. About time to have that talk. When was AJ Styles' last great match? Like, truly great match?
Fuck.
To be honest.
It wasn't Rollins, and it wasn't against Rollins.
Because the thing is, nobody remembers that match.
No.
I'd have to watch it again to be reminded what was so great about it. But I can't remember the last great AJ Styles match.
Him and Cena?
You think it was that long ago?
I mean,
I'll give him. You know what?
3 good ones.
I'll give him maybe, and I have to go back and watch again. Maybe the Daniel Bryan series, but even then, some of those pay-per-view matches felt like it could have Like, and I feel like we've said this before. Like, we said it on old episodes, even talking about that series. Like, there was still something missing, right?
Maybe. Do you feel like AJ's losing his?
I don't want to say that. I don't want to say that. But you said you did. I feel you. But like,
I didn't say it, but like I said it like as a question.
I know. But I don't know, man. I'd have to go back and watch that Daniel Bryan series again. But I really don't know because I'm trying to think of his WWE title reign, which was about a year. I mean, he had a great match with Brock Lesnar, but that was Survivor Series 2017. What happened in 2018? He had the Nakamura series, which was underwhelming, but ended with a really decent last man standing match. Who did he face at SummerSlam last year? Was that Baron Corbin? Or was that... Oh, wow.
I actually want to say like Randy Orton.
Oh, the WrestleMania match?
No, you're talking SummerSlam, aren't you?
Yeah. I was wondering who he wrestled at SummerSlam last year. I'm gonna look that up really fast. But even like the Orton Styles match didn't really go where we thought it could have went.
No, yeah, I mean, like there really hasn't been much going on with AJ.
I know he took a little time off after WrestleMania, but even then, no, he took a little time off after Money in the Bank, but even then,
Samoa Joe last year.
That's what I was gonna say. Yep, Samoa Joe won by DQ last year.
Yeah, 22 minutes.
Those matches underwhelmed, and they had multiple matches of those.
Looking at this card, and it just looks so good, actually. Miz defeated Daniel Bryan. Goddamn.
Yeah. That rivalry should have went farther. That got cut off. But anyway, as far as Styles goes, I'll never disrespect Styles as a performer. But I'm not saying he's been coasting, but like I'm trying to remember his last great match. I'd have to go back and watch the Daniel Bryan series again. But
I mean, he did just come back from an injury, like right with the title, but like that doesn't mean anything.
But even before that, like I said, like we don't really remember the Rollins match. The Orton match was whatever it was. The Rumble match, Royal Rumble title matches are always kind of forgettable because not too many changes happen. I'm trying to remember how good or great that match was before Rowan got involved. I don't know. I'd have to really go back and really dig in and see.
Once you do that, make me a list, and I'll go back as well.
No doubt. Moving forward, man. Kevin Owens defeated Shane McMahon. What do you think about that match?
I mean, I'm Kevin Owens is the man right now. He's man of the people. Man of fans.
Yeah.
He's saying everything that everybody in the crowd is thinking, especially everybody in the backstage is thinking too.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, fuck yeah, dude. Kevin Owens, and dude, he rocks a stunner pretty well.
It was
my favorite finisher move.
It was inoffensive. It wasn't bad. It was like an extended squash, I suppose, with Elias getting involved. I don't know how much selling for Shane McMahon I'd be doing. They be really trying to make Shane McMahon look like a legit wrestler, don't they?
Oh yeah.
Like I get he's a grown man, so I could maybe take him legit if he was just fighting for his life every time. But like,
all grown men out here. Come on, man. Act better.
But portraying him as like a skilled wrestler, I don't know.
No, you can like that. Whenever they say that he's, I don't know. Have they ever said that he's a skilled wrestler?
Well, like they don't say it, but like he be trying to hit like DDTs, and the strikes look a little funky. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. The only offensive thing, and offensive is too strong, is Kevin Owens did the exact same spot that Adam Cole did the night before.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that.
When Adam Cole, he acted like he was going to use the title, and then the referee took the title, and so he low blowed Johnny Gargano. Kevin Owens did the same thing with a steel chair, and then hit the low blow on Shane McMahon. Took the underground spot and made it mainstream, I guess. But like I said, the better story long term might have been Shane winning and having a vigilante Kevin Owens going around fucking shit up. But I'm not mad with the route they took, letting Kevin get the win there and get the pop for the hometown crowd. So match was what it was. I'm not mad.
And then with whatever, all the shit that happened on SmackDown too, he's gonna crack Kevin Owens. Yeah.
I think
with all this shit.
I actually figured it'd be over with, but I guess not. It must continue.
With all these fines and shit. And dude, we haven't even seen Drew with Shane anymore. All we've seen with Shane is Elias now.
It's been kind of inconsistent as far as who's actually doing Shane's bidding, yeah.
Yeah. And and Kevin could always say, well, how many times have you had Elias and Drew come beat me up and then you win the match? He could have said that, but he didn't go that route. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
He didn't go the bitch route. He's going to do his own thing.
The bitch route.
So you get in trouble for something and then point out somebody else that does the same thing that's not even in the company. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. That's funny.
Don't throw me under the bus, asshole. Got caught.
I got shit to do with that. Right.
Yeah. No, I'm looking forward to seeing what we get next out of Kevin Owens and Shane.
Yeah.
Hopefully he gets Shane the fuck up out of there. Because, dude, this has been going on for way too long. This has been going on since Blood Money 2.
The Shane McMahon story.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very true.
And we're about to get Blood Money 3 here in a couple months. Blood Money 4.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
So, fuck, dude. That shit only happens twice a year, so hell.
Blood drive.
Yeah, they're going to need one.
The semi-annual blood drive. Charlotte and Trish, with Charlotte picking up the win. It started out slow. I think Trish was trying to find her footing again, but it picked up. Kind of unremarkable to me overall. It picked up toward the end a little bit, but it was kind of unremarkable to me. Maybe it's just me.
No, I'm in the same boat.
So.
Trish did well.
Yeah.
You got to give it to her for coming out there, not wrestling in the match. When the last time she wrestled a legit pay-per-view match?
I couldn't say, 'cause I know she had the tag team match at Evolution, right?
Yeah.
So I couldn't tell you. Yeah. So like we said, she started out slow but picked it up. Kudos to Charlotte. I'll give her props for kind of guiding the match. Her being the full-time roster member now, kind of picking up whatever slack Trish was given. You know what I mean, and progressing the match forward while Trish got comfy. But overall, yeah, it was solid. It just was what it was. We got Charlotte getting the tap out victory, and Trish saying bye to all her fans.
No, yeah, it was what I expected to happen.
Yeah.
I might have picked the wrong person, but
I still expected it. Oh, that shit. The comeback is coming.
I knew he was going to win, but I just picked the wrong one on purpose.
Gotcha. Makes that comeback that much more epic.
Yeah, exactly.
I got you. Yeah, no doubt. I see the vision.
Yeah.
I see the vision.
Thank you.
No doubt, man. There were a lot of premature "This is awesome" chants throughout the night. There were 2 or 3 that were a little too premature. Stuff wasn't awesome when they said it was.
Dweeb chant.
Say what?
It's just the go-to dweeb chant.
It is a dweeb chant. But when they finally got it right, goddamn, they got it right, because everything about the Fiend was awesome.
It was awesome. It's because I was questioning how much they have him on TV or lack of,
right.
Yep. and I thought it was great. Like keeping it now, it makes perfect sense keeping him off TV as much as they did. He wasn't even on TV this week,
right?
You know,
right. And
I read something that they were thinking that he might be too scary.
I think it's because of that lantern.
Man, fuck out of here, dude!
Because it's shaped as his head with the lantern coming out of it.
He's supposed to be like that. I mean,
I'm down for it. And I'm also down for him not to be on TV too often. You can't have that on TV all the time.
No, because
that's way too dope to be overexposed.
Yeah.
So, and even when he shows up, because I believe he's advertised for next week's Raw. Even when he shows up, like, it doesn't have to be the full entrance.
I wish they wouldn't even advertise him.
Yeah, I feel you.
That makes it even more special.
Yeah, advertising dollars, they want ratings. You know how that shit goes.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they got to do that. But, yeah.
So, but no, that was dope. It looks like, and maybe it's too soon to tell, but it looks like Sister Abigail may be no more.
Yeah, we got the Mandible Claw now.
Which fits him perfectly.
Yeah, I'm with it.
Perfectly. That is a perfect finishing move for him right now. Yeah, I'm down for that. I'm down for that.
I don't want any motherfucker's fingers in my mouth, but that's probably the last motherfucker's fingers I want in my mouth.
Yeah, true enough. There's a JoJo joke in there. I'm not going to make it because I'm trying to be a good man.
Like, if I'm choking on something and Bray Wyatt's the only motherfucker that could, help me out, don't.
Just let him in, Ren.
Nah, I'll die.
Oh, shit, man. Yeah, man. He took the Mandible Claw from Foley.
That motherfucker there with them nasty-ass dreads. Oh, fuck.
Yeah. That is
You're going to the doctor.
I wonder how hard that mask is to wrestle in. I wonder how hard it is to wrestle in that thing.
It's got to be constricting.
Yeah, it can't be the easiest thing. So I'm sure there's a lot of practice in there. I don't know. But no, I'm interested to see where the Fiend goes next, man. Who his next target will be. It's too soon for a title feud.
Oh yeah.
But I'm interested. I'm looking forward to the next thing. That remix to his theme song is cold.
Yeah.
The remix to this whole thing is cold. So we're gonna see how that is, man. His exit is dope.
They did it right with this one.
They did.
They didn't fuck around on this one. They waited, and I think it's exactly what we all wanted. You know,
them to do good.
Yeah, I mean, we're because how many times do they bring somebody, do they give somebody a new character or whatever, and it's just fucking lame?
Well, the problem is the sustaining part. Typically, they can start off cool. Bray Wyatt, when he first got here, was cool.
Oh, yeah.
It's the sustaining part that always seems to be the problem.
But back when he first came out, he was on every night.
Yeah.
You know, but they built that for a couple of months.
Right.
We didn't know who the fuck Bray Wyatt was,
Mm-hmm.
you know, his group of degenerates, you know.
But then when they use him more and more, they just didn't use him well. I mean, listen, he lost feuds he shouldn't have lost. When he did win matches, it was ineffective to the long-term storytelling. And then they put him in a tag team with Matt Hardy.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Yeah. What you talking about? Yeah. So, yeah.
So we'll use him less, but whenever it comes down to it, we'll use him for the good stuff. The good shit, pal.
Yeah. So it's just a matter of sustaining. So they've got a good start. Just, if you're gonna use them, be focused when you use them, and just do better. So we'll see the overall long term, but they've got a great start. There's a salute to them for the start. We're down to the main event, man. Seth freaking Rollins has defeated Brock Lesnar again. Barnes were burned. Easily the match of the night. Easily the match of the night.
Whenever they give Brock a chance, he does great.
Listen, the narrative on Brock, like, I get he's not there as often as people want him to be or whatever. But for one, Brock, he has an air about his matches that literally anything can happen. Every false finish is a false finish, and it brings you to your seat, right?
Oh, yeah.
But I just mentioned how when AJ's last great match was, Brock, listen, the match at SummerSlam with Seth, dope. The sprint at WrestleMania with Seth was short but entertaining. The match with Finn was really entertaining. Daniel Bryan at Survivor Series, really entertaining. The AJ Styles match last year, really entertaining. Yeah, say what?
You remember all of those?
Yep. And maybe we remember him and
Daniel Bryan fought.
Yeah.
Fuck, dude, I thought he was gonna win. I thought Daniel Bryan was gonna win.
Yep.
And he makes like whenever they let him go like that, he makes everybody else look so much fucking better too.
He absolutely does. Him and the quote unquote smaller guys, Finn, Seth, AJ, Daniel Bryan, great matches. The Roman Reigns matches, not so much. But I also, and I don't want to, that feels like a slight toward Roman Reigns. I don't want to say that. But as far as the memorability of it, like we mentioned, maybe his matches are so memorable because they're so few and far between. But when he's on the screen, when he's in his matches, the man be going.
Yeah.
He be going.
I mean, you could talk as much shit about him as you want to for not being a champion that's there every night. Yeah. Go ahead and talk that shit. Wait till the fucking paper.
When the bell rings,
shit. Yeah. You'll see. I mean, because I nobody likes his squash matches whenever he just takes him to Suplex City. You know, like we want to see him push to the limit. We want to see it brought to his door and see how he does, and that's what we've seen for all the matches that you just said.
Mm-hmm.
And those have all been fantastic fucking matches.
Yep, and you think of it too. He really only has but a few moves. He got the German suplex. He's got the vertical suplex, but like barely. It's more of like a vertical suplex throw. He's got the shoulder thrust in the corner and variations of that. And he's got the F5.
That's it. He's got 3 moves.
Yep, but the way he uses them and when he wants to sell, the way he sells is great. The way he can beat down an opponent but create hope for that opponent. But listen, Brock gets it done every time. Every time.
I'm glad he's back.
Yeah. Yep.
And I mean, and 6 months ago, I probably would have said something completely different.
You think so?
I mean, just because it was just like all we were seeing was like, we were seeing a bunch of squash matches and type shit like that, you know? And we weren't seeing them as much, and the product wasn't as good as like what we're getting now. The product has definitely been stepped up.
It's taking a turn.
Yeah. Like, it's getting to be more pure. It's not stepped on.
Oh, shit. I almost choked on my water.
I heard some... You had your bottom teeth out.
I definitely have my bottom teeth out. I hate you for that. Holy shit. Damn, that was funny. Oh, damn. Yeah, man. Definitely have my bottom teeth out. Oh, damn. Yeah, but I forgot what we were saying. Go on. Brock Lesnar?
Yeah, No, like 6 to 8 months ago, I was like, dude, fuck Brock Lesnar, get him out of here. Especially like whenever he won the Money in the Bank contract, I was like, God damn it, are you kidding me?
Yeah. And that briefcase is definitely still washed because of how they did it. I don't want to get it construed, but yeah.
But yeah, exactly. I mean, that goes right with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, that goes right with the thing that I was saying. Like, get Brock Lesnar the fuck out of here because nobody wants to see him anymore. Nobody gives a fuck about him because, like, the fucking heavyweight title's not on TV every night. Well, yeah, I said that back then. Well, fuck that now because it made whenever he even wasn't on TV before SummerSlam, it was still great. And I mean, Seth Rollins could do his own thing, talking shit or whatever. But now, dude, that was a huge shock this past Sunday.
It was
huge shock.
It was. I think what the story was there was like and we had talked about it before, in the build up. Like, at WrestleMania they gave him a short sprint, and Seth got the victory. Right, Brock came back, won the briefcase, took advantage of a weakened Seth Rollins. But with this match, they got a full match, and Seth finally defeated Brock with no bullshit, no low blows. He wasn't weakened. It wasn't a cash in. He got a full match and truly slayed the beast. So, overall, weakened like he didn't have a full match beforehand.
True. I do want to fucking grab that banjo, swinging him around. God damn.
That boy's a grown-ass man.
Dude. But that ain't no Cesaro swing right there. That's that's the Minnesota swing.
I forgot about that. That was so funny.
That was the Minnesota swing right there.
That man got tossed around by the rib tape. Oh, that was funny. Yeah, I lost it.
That wouldn't have felt good.
No. That shit was funny. But we used Brock Lesnar to put Seth over big and really establish Seth as the man. And to me, I know we've got Styles and Strowman coming next week, but to me, I see Strowman and Rollins coming soon. I see that one-on-one match coming soon.
Well, before we leave Lesnar, what's he going to do next? Because he's signed until WrestleMania next year.
That is a great question because, you know what? I think I see it. I think I see the vision. Brock is pissed. Brock is pissed off that he's not getting that title shot. So
is he going to get involved at the
think so,
quote-unquote Rollins Strowman match?
I think so. I think that we get a pissed off Brock Lesnar. See, it can go two ways with Strowman and Rollins, right? Either Seth could be. This new title reign is to establish Seth for real because that last title reign was lackluster, and we ain't seen Baron Corbin since, which is fine. But with this title reign, we get more of an establishment for Seth Rollins. So Seth Rollins can either be the Beast Slayer and he could beat the Monster now clean after he beat the Beast, or we get Brock Lesnar who gets involved and costs Braun Strowman the match because he feels like it's his match, and then we finally get Braun Strowman beating Brock Lesnar.
Do you think Brock's on his way out?
Well, and I was leaning toward that too. I mean, we've got the contract in and around WrestleMania. Maybe this is the part where Brock is putting everybody over.
That would be amazing because Braun's never beat Brock.
Braun has never beaten Brock, so maybe he finally gets that win, and then whatever happens next happens next. So maybe this is the part of it where Brock gives back. All the shit that people talked about him, about not giving back, about being a part-timer, holding people down. Maybe this is the part where he tells them to eat a dick.
Brock could put people over more than Cena could if it goes to that.
I'm with that.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm with that, yeah.
But you still can't have him lose every single time.
Exactly.
That's a lot.
Right.
That's
true.
And and you can't have him come out and just beat up some random stereotype motherfucker.
No.
And get a win from that, right. He's got to beat legitimate people, but he can't lose every single time he fights from here on out.
True. Exactly. So, Brock is always an interesting story. He always is.
I feel like we say it all the time, but goddamn, what a fucking time!
What a time,
man!
Yeah, Brock is an interesting story, man. Yeah.
Oh yeah, dude.
So
100%.
We on the way. But yeah, I think we see Styles and Strowman. I keep saying Styles. We see Rollins and Strowman at a Clash of Champions. I think Strowman got involved in the Raw to give Ricochet and Rollins, a new ally, and to stick his nose in that business and to reestablish himself as a force to be reckoned with.
Rollins heel on that point.
Say it again.
Rollins is gonna be the heel on that point because you've seen Strowman gave him his title back and put his hand out there to shake up. They shook up. But I feel like Rollins is going to be like, fuck you, dude. I don't need you to help me out.
that was a really good impression. That was really solid.
I burn it down.
I burn it down. Oh, shit. That is funny. That's funny. I feel you. Yeah, maybe not full heel, but maybe just like heelish.
Like, I don't need nobody.
I hear you. Kind of like the paranoid champion. He's got the target on his back because he's the man. That'd
be perfect because we haven't seen the paranoid champion from Rollins yet.
Yeah, I feel you.
And that's definitely a character. The paranoid champion.
And he should be paranoid. I mean, naturally, because he's the champion and he knows he's got what everybody wants. So yeah, it's something we should see more often. Yeah.
I mean, right whenever Paul Heyman got that new job, he fucking hit him up on Twitter. So now you're working creative director or whatever, and you're going to be Brock Lesnar, yada, yada, yada. You know what I'm saying?
Right, yeah. True.
So.
Yeah. I don't know, man. It's going to be an interesting fall. We've got changes abound. Changes are coming.
I feel like late summer, early fall is always a good time to watch.
You know what? I feel like it's not.
No?
I feel like it's not. I feel like what was last year? Last year Roman Reigns that was a little different. Roman Reigns ended up having to vacate the title.
Talking up my ass, I don't know.
Well, I'm just thinking about like the past few years. Like I remember Seth Rollins and Kevin Owens had a feud that just kind of happened for me. What happened last year with AJ Styles? He was finishing up his feud with Samoa Joe. That should have been better. I feel like the last few years has been kind of filled with things that should have been better but weren't. But with the turn of what's coming, like them actually, it seems like the product is turning around a little bit, at least a little bit more entertaining. That maybe we're gonna get a better fall. So yeah, no, I wouldn't say you're talking about your ass. I wouldn't say you're talking about your ass. You've got optimism.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're optimistic for the product. I'm down for that. I'm with that. Couple things I wanted to touch on. We had two matches, one on Raw, one on SmackDown. They fit the same formula, and both fit the same purpose. You had the smaller guy who is kind of big for a smaller guy taking on the agile big man. So on Raw, you had Cedric Alexander and Drew McIntyre. And then on SmackDown, you had Buddy Murphy versus Roman Reigns. Two really entertaining matches. Really, really entertaining matches. And even though they both lost, Cedric Alexander and Buddy Murphy, like, that was one of those examples of being put over in a loss. How a loss can still make you look good.
Both of those matches should have been on SummerSlam.
Think so?
Oh, I mean, at least the Buddy Murphy Roman Reigns match.
Mm-hmm. I'm not mad that they weren't. I'd like to see Roman Reigns and Drew McIntyre on those big cards, but I'm not mad that they weren't on SummerSlam. Theoretically, the Raw and SmackDown, you get more viewers on that. So if your goal was to put over Cedric Alexander and put over Buddy Murphy, I mean, that was a great vehicle to do so because more eyes are on the product on the TV nights. So,
yeah, I hear you on that.
Yeah, I'm not mad at that. Let them be a little more established, and then put them on pay-per-view. I mean, because they're used to kickoff shows. You know what I'm saying? the network and kickoff shows is where you would see Cedric Alexander and Buddy Murphy. Back on 205. But if you're gonna reestablish them for the TV audience, I'm not mad how they did it. They both did their thing on Monday and Tuesday. That Claymore,
out of this world.
Oh, beautiful. That spear. was beautiful too.
My God, dude, he got flipped.
Yeah, that spear was beautiful. Yeah, second
I've
best spear ever.
I had never seen nobody get flipped like that.
That was great. Second best spear ever, right after Goldberg Ziggler.
Hey, I can roll with that.
Yeah, man. So good night for both of those cats, man. Great way to put them over. Wanted to shout them out real quick. Next up, man, we got the King of the Ring, man. King of the Ring bike.
Man, hell.
16 men, dog. 8 on Raw, 8 on SmackDown. I want to run through this roster real quick. I want you to pick your final 4, and then you know what? We'll just pick a winner, right? Why not? Yeah. The finals won't be until Clash of the Champions, and that's when it'll truly count. But
see, I don't, man. King of the Ring, man. That should be one night.
Oh no. You think so?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Why?
Tournament style.
Well, see, it depends how many people. Like, how many people would you put in a one-night tournament?
I mean, like the pay-per-view itself would, like, everybody would probably shit on the pay-per-view because there's only a limited amount of people in it.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, dude, that's what it's all about, man. It's like blood sport. Like, fucking, like, you fight 3 times that night, and then you are the King of the Ring.
I feel if it was an 8-man tournament, I'd maybe get with that. But this being 16, nah, I wouldn't have a 16-man tournament in one night.
It just doesn't seem like. I mean, like, yeah, that's just the only reason that I'm not I'm excited about it, but I'm not excited about it because just like I said, I think you should have to fight. It should be one night where you win the first. If you win the first match, you go on and fight again. If you win that, you go on to fight for the final.
I see. Like in the earlier years, like the first King of the Ring pay-per-view, Bret Hart won 3 matches, 3 distinctly different matches. They did the whole 8-night tournament. And like in later years, you'd have maybe like the final 4. Like I think like the last King of the Ring pay-per-view was like the final 4. But they would kind of flip that that formula, throughout the night. So yeah, I'm not mad. 16 is too much to do in one night, but I see where you're coming from. I see your vision.
Yeah, man. I'm just full blood sport.
I'm gonna go over this roster real quick. The 8 from SmackDown, rather the 8 from Raw: Drew McIntyre, Samoa Joe, Ricochet, The Miz, Sami Zayn, Cedric Alexander, Baron Corbin, and Cesaro. Over on SmackDown, you got Ali, Andrade, Apollo Crews, Kevin Owens, Buddy Murphy, Chad Gable, Shelton Benjamin, and Elias. Who's your final 4, dog?
Hold on. I've got to see the names. I'll be able to pick better that way.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna go with. So we get 2 from Raw and 2 from SmackDown.
I would say that's probably how they're gonna do it. I think you'll probably get the last guy from SmackDown versus the last guy from Raw.
Okay. I'm gonna go with my final 4 as Drew McIntyre, Cedric Alexander from Raw.
Okay.
Hold on. Might have fucked that up. Trying to think. Yeah, I did fuck that up.
What's up?
No, scratch that. I'm gonna go with Drew McIntyre and Corbin from Raw.
Okay.
And then from SmackDown, I'm gonna go with Buddy Murphy and Andrade.
Ooh, okay. We actually have 2 of the same final 4.
Do we?
We do. I'm kind of back and forth on it because I feel like even within the tournament that maybe Cedric Alexander gets his win back over Drew McIntyre. The thing about this tournament, this is a lot of great potential for some great matches and some great shine for all of these cats, especially a cat like Chad Gable, who doesn't get any time.
All over the whole roster.
Say it again.
This King of the Ring tournament or whatever they got going on is all over the roster.
Yeah.
That's what makes it awesome.
We haven't seen Chad Gable on TV. We haven't seen Shelton Benjamin on TV. those two names especially. We haven't seen a lot of Apollo Crews lately. He's getting a little bit more time. Cesaro's been off and on, but yeah. So we're gonna get a lot of shine. I think we're gonna get a lot of good matches. My final four, like I said, I was back and forth because I feel like these two guys being in the tournament, you might get Cedric Alexander getting his win back over Drew McIntyre. But I'm picking Drew McIntyre, I'm picking Ricochet, I'm picking Andrade, and I'm picking Kevin Owens as my final four for SmackDown and Raw, the King of the Ring tournament. Who you got winning it? Let's just fuck it. Let's go with it. Who you got winning it?
King Corbin.
King Corbin. Oh my God, I would hate that. And they might damn sure go with it.
I fucking hate it too if it happens, but that's what's gonna. I'm calling it.
I feel you. That's not a bad pick, you know, if you
just
think
because
about
like everything that like he's accomplished, quotations accomplished.
Yeah.
Why not add it to this?
True. It does feel like the King gimmick is better for a heel. So yeah. I do feel you on that. But you know what? I'm going with King Ricochet.
I fucked with that a whole lot harder than my pick.
I'm gonna go with King Ricochet. I think they do see a lot in him, even though they took the U.S. title off of him. I think they're determined not to go the Sin Cara route with him. I think they heard that episode of Hard Cameron, been trying to hold it against me ever since. So yeah, you know, as of today, I'm going with King Ricochet. In a couple episodes, we will be able to narrow it down and see if these picks came true. But yeah, man, King Ring tournament's coming up. What's up?
Bit off subject.
Go ahead.
What the fuck? So, what's Aleister Black's deal?
I don't know, man. He likes sitting in rooms talking to, I don't know, whoever he's talking to.
Like he sits in the back of the bar saying, "Why don't nobody fight me?"
Yeah.
But he don't talk that loud enough for anybody to hear him.
Right. If you wanna fight, tell motherfuckers you wanna fight. Tell the world. Tell everybody you whoop every motherfucker's ass in here. Tell us. Bullshit.
I mean, what the fuck?
I'm trash because I picked him in my fantasy wrestling draft, and I'm like, oh, this is gonna go poorly.
Who's your number one?
Kofi Kingston.
Right.
You know what though, and we somehow completely forgot to talk about that match. Yeah, we should touch on that really fast because that was a really bad ending.
It was. The crowd was not. That was probably the best chant of the night from the crowd.
What'd they chant?
This is bullshit.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes sense. You know, I'm not.
And Kofi's reasoning was because, or was that Kofi's reason? Hold on. I'm trying to think.
Orton staring down his family.
Yeah.
And I'm not mad. Listen, I'm not mad that the feud is continuing, but the thing with me and the thing with Kofi is that every like underlying story in the Kofi Kingston title reign, all of his feuds is that Kofi is this quote unquote undeserving champion, right? Which it's been 4 months? Like that narrative has to go away. And if Randy Orton, this feud been built up, this has been a decade in the making, right? It's been a decade in the making, and this is the ultimate obstacle for Kofi to overcome. Kofi should have beaten Randy Orton that night.
Who else is going to fight, though?
Well, like I said, the feud can continue. Randy Orton could get his heat back afterwards. He could attack Kofi and then stare down the family. He could attack Kofi and then drag Kofi to the outside and RKO him 2-3 times on the floor in front of his son, if that's what you want to do. But if you're going to make it personal, but like show that Kofi is a force to be reckoned with, especially if they've been telling this whole decade-long story. Like we can't keep doing the whole Kofi is an undeserving champion thing. He deserves it. We've established that. He deserved it before he was champion. We established that too.
Well, Rollins was champion.
Yeah. So for him now, we're at like the big boss in the video game
that you can't fucking beat.
Yeah. So he could have beat the boss, and then they could have made the sequel, and it would have made sense. Like, but instead we went with the lame double count out, which yeah, that's rough, man. That's rough to see. If it leads to a Randy Orton revival stable, though, that'd be kind of tight.
I'd fucks with that.
That would be kind of tight. But yeah, man, just that was just left a bad taste. Left a bad taste in my mouth. Pause. So, anything else, man? That's been that's on your mind in this world of wrestling. We've been on here about 2 hours.
Man, it was a ride this past weekend.
This is true.
You know, I mean, every time there's a takeover, you can't expect the following night to beat it if you actually watch.
It's two different products. Yeah, it's two different products.
But yeah, and actually, we shouldn't even put them in the same two groups because it's really different things.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, like when I came to work on Tuesday, the girl that watches wrestling, man, you were not lying. The biggest part of the night would be Saturday.
No
I
doubt.
fucking told you, Jackie.
Oh my god, no doubt. Hey, tell them, no doubt, man. So.
Yeah, I mean, everything was. It was a good show, all in all.
It was. Yeah, it wasn't. Like I said, it wasn't a bad show at all. Just nothing stuck out to me really until the end. But
yeah, exactly.
It's better than a bad show.
But I mean, last month's pay-per-view, the only thing that stuck out was everything but the main event.
I'll give you that. Yeah.
So
I give you that.
They redeemed themselves this month.
We on the way, man. Like you said, the fall season, man, change is coming, and they got to go hard, man. And not even necessarily with the AEW thing, which is always looming, but we've got the move to SmackDown. So, the move SmackDown to Fox coming up in about 2 months. So less than 2 months at this point. So if you don't make these moves, you got to set it in motion now.
And like, I'm not ever really too excited about this next upcoming pay-per-view. I think it's kind of a lame, shitty pay-per-view.
Really?
Clash of Champions.
Really?
Yeah. I'm not too big of a fan of it. I mean, like, I don't think it should be a pay-per-view, really.
Historically, it's not. Historically, no, not great things have happened. Not nothing I can remember off the top. If they want the championships to mean something, then yeah, I'm down for it. But I mean, that's got to be a concerted effort. We still haven't seen Shinsuke Nakamura since he won the Intercontinental title.
And like, why SummerSlam's supposed to be the biggest fucking part of the year? Mm-hmm. Why weren't all the titles on the line for that pay-per-view?
Yeah, I don't know.
More people are going to tune in to SummerSlam than Clash of Champions. That's a fact.
I feel you. That's true. That is true. That is.
And I mean, I know that's been brought up at the War Room over there. You know.
Yeah.
But goddamn, come on, man.
But goddamn.
Goddamn Vince.
I feel you, man. I feel you. But we've got an interesting few weeks coming up, man. We got AEW's All Out, which is gonna set the tone for the AEW on TNT. We got Clash of Champions coming soon. As we always say, man, it's a good time to be a fan, man. There's something for everybody if you want to go find it. So, absolutely, man.
You got to reach in there and grab it.
Fine. That's the name of the episode. Reach in there and grab it. Fine.
Hey, you said it, not me.
Did I say it? Jeez. Holy shit, man. Big Ren, let them know they can reach you on social medias, dog.
You got it, my man. You find me on Twitter and Instagram at amaffucka. _MAAFHUCKA. You can also find me on Snapchat at MoffedUp316. MAAFFHHDUP316. Run it.
Bet, man. Hit me on the Twitter at Juvie Desayuno, JUVIDESAYUNO. Hit me on the Instagrams at Juvie Desayuno, JUVIDESAYUNO. Facebook.com/Juve. Check out the Twitter page at The Hard Camera and search The Hard Camera on the YouTubington Jones. Get the entire archive of The Hard Camera. Want to send a happy birthday to the fallen Nipsey Hussle. Want to say a happy birthday to the boy Big Ren, the legendary. Shoot him your birthday love. His is the 15th.
Oh, gotcha.
Yours is the 16th. Send Big Ren your love. And my name is Juve. And on behalf of my tag team partner, Big Ren, the legendary, we are Rhythm and Blues. And we will see y'all next time.
Adios, amigos.
Salute.